Let's hear yours.
It was January 1st, 2014, and I woke up to my 6'4" husband standing at the foot of the bed, screaming and crying for me to wake up. Next to him was my 6'3" brother with tears streaming down his cheeks. I could barely hear them as my eyes slowly opened, and the sight of them infuriated me. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I had planned my suicide down to every single detail over the past few months. How could I have possibly failed at such a simple thing? I had flatlined. I had seen the light, and my Heavenly Father told me He was not done with me. How dare they save me? Why couldn't they just let me die with some shed of dignity? You see, I was 41 and I had early-onset dementia. I no longer remembered important things from my past. I didn't remember things I was even told 10 minutes ago. I was mostly nonverbal, and I only left my home on Friday nights for my son's football game. I had vertigo, migraines, insomnia, confusion, IBS, anxiety, depression, seizures, sound and light sensitivity, to just name a few of the symptoms I was being treated for with 13 different prescriptions and 20 ibuprofen a day. I had too many doctors to count leading up to January 1st, but they had determined that due to my traumatic brain injury from multiple concussions, I would no longer recognize any of my children by 2016. I would need to be moved to inpatient Alzheimer's care center by 2018, and I would likely be dead by 2020. And to answer the question you're asking yourself, I got the concussions from cheering in high school, playing rugby in college, and then I fell while holding my daughter on the diving platform of a boat and hit my head. It was the last fall that ended my dream career working in professional sports. On that fateful day in January, I stayed in the hospital for a few days as they determined what transplants I would need based on the damage I did to my body during my suicide attempt. To their shock and amazement, I needed nothing but God. I was then transferred to an inpatient mental facility where I spent a little over a month learning how to live while actually dying. And a few months later, I was at home on Facebook, and my friend Nicole posted her before and after weight loss picture. So I reached out to her and ordered what she was using. How does that even relate to my early onset dementia? I had no clue, but God. I got my package and followed the instructions. Drink 1 pink drink, take 2 pills in the morning and 2 pills at night. And about 3 weeks into this, my husband asked me what I was taking. I thought he was going to tell me to cancel it because money was extremely tight. Instead, he told me to keep it coming because I seemed better than I had in years. In the first year of my Plexus journey, my doctors slowly took me off all but 2 of the 13 prescriptions, and they were in awe as my memory slowly started to return. I was communicating clearly. I was out of bed more than I was in bed. I wasn't angry. I was no longer shaking in fear while in social settings. I was actually experiencing a change that many doctors didn't know was possible in 2014. 10 years ago, all of the research connecting gut health to brain health wasn't even released yet. But God knew, and He alone decided that He still had a work for me to do. So while most people would never know that I have a brain injury today, I'm even more committed than I was 9 years ago to help as many people as possible find hope again. I know what it is like to lose all hope and think that you have nothing left to give. And when your mind and body feels like it's failing you, it's so stinking hard to get up and face every day. But each of us have a divine potential inside of us, and I believe God will pull out all of the stops to help us reach that potential. If I can be just one person on the path to help remove a roadblock for someone else on their way to greatness, then I am reminded of why I was brought back after flatlining back in 2014.